Well, I just want to start with a basic understanding of workers' compensation and its relationship with third-party claims. That's what you had. You were someone who was injured while working, and you were injured by a third party, the driver of the other vehicle. First party is the workers' comp insurance company. It's like a contractual relationship, okay? You didn't sign the contract, but your employer did. Your employer bought the workers' comp insurance. The workers' comp insurance company made a promise to pay the employees who were injured while working. That's you. So because you were injured while working, you get workers' compensation insurance. You also get to sue the person who was negligent, the driver of the other vehicle. Okay, great. So you get what I call the best of both worlds. You get workers' comp benefits, which keep you afloat financially while you're injured and recovering and missing time from work. And then you also get to sue the other party for pain and suffering and for the injury that they caused you. Many people who get injured while working don't get that added third-party case, right? So they're limited to the economic losses that are covered by comp in the form of lost wages and medical bills. So you got that added benefit. All right, great. Now, you have to step back and think about it like this. If you did not have workers' comp, which, by the way, is not a perfect system, right? If you did not have workers' comp, you would have been out of pocket for the medical expenses and your lost wages. So you would have had to use a health insurance policy if you were fortunate enough to have one, or you would have just had to pay out of pocket, right, to get access to the health care that you needed. That would be a major financial drain on most people. In addition, when you were out of work, you would not have had any income. So those are losses that you would have borne yourself if not for workers' comp. Now, if you had pursued that third-party case against the negligent driver, then you would, in theory, be allowed to recover those economic losses that you sustained. However, here, you did not sustain them. The insurance company did. So the insurance company paid out because that other person caused you harm. And so the law says if the plaintiff pursues a third-party case, the economic harm that they would have been able to recover, they must recover on behalf of the carrier, okay? And so here, you brought forth a case for your pain and suffering, for your injury, and whether you knew it or not, and you did because I told you at the beginning, you were bringing a case forward for your workers' compensation insurance company to recover the losses that it sustained on your behalf. In doing so, the insurance company agreed to share in the expenses of that recovery effort. So here, the insurance company, the workers' comp, has to recognize that you are financing in large measure the recovery effort. You're paying the lawyer, you're paying the costs and disbursements necessary to prove that action, expert fees, court fees, and so they are obligated to pay some of that loss, right? And so when you settle your case, you have to pay back the lien. The lien represents the economic losses sustained by the workers' compensation insurance company on your behalf. You have to pay that back. They reduce it by their proportional share of the expenses associated with litigation. And then there are other things that they do as well to further reduce it. But that's the basic overview of the interplay between a first-party workers' compensation case and a third-party negligence case. There's a lien. It's recognized under the law. It's an unfortunate reality. And so some portion of this settlement that we got for you recognized the economic loss as well, right? That didn't belong to you. It would have belonged to you if workers' comp wasn't there. And I'm not sitting here trying to suggest that I love workers' comp, because I think it's a flawed system and I know it sucks. But that's what that settlement represented. Some of it was the economic harm that was caused and passed on to this insurance company. But that's the overview. That's what that lien is. You're paying back some of the money that They paid out for your medical treatment and your loss of wage. That's the overview.